year is 1977. American scientists have found out that Uranus has rings. For the first time ever, a stormtrooper hit his head on a doorframe, and in the midst of the Cold War, a CIA spy named Jack Platt just found out that there's a KGB agent somewhere in Washington. A KGB agent named Gennady Vasylenko. Vasylenko himself had ambitions to become a volleyball star for the Soviet Union in the 60s. However, a shoulder injury prevented him from joining the 1964 Olympic team in the last minute. And so naturally, he retired and started to work as an accountant. Except he didn't, and instead he joined the KGB training program for foreign intelligence and became a spy. Before meeting Jack Platt, Vasylenko was already assigned to work with another spy by the name of Robert Pelton. Pelton was a former NSA agent who one day decided that he wanted to become a spy for the Soviet Union. But how do you do that from a technical point of view? Do they have a number you can just call? Do they run newspaper ads like, drink Coca-Cola, buy Miller Lite, become a spy for the Soviet Union, Peppertram remembers? Well, Pelton did it the old-fashioned way and walked into the Soviet embassy in the middle of Washington, D.C. and just applied. Yeah, no fancy emailing or whatever. Yeah, just go there, just meet the people. And to me, this is just baffling. I have so many questions. What do you do? Do you wear your best suit for that? Do you bring a CV? Do you just walk up to the front desk of the embassy and say, I want to be a spy. Any vacancies at the moment? Also really plays into the stereotype that back in those days it was just super easy to get any job. Just walk up there and just get a job.
So you want to become a spy for Soviet Union? Yes, please. Okay. Please fill out Form 15B and 42A and have a seat in the waiting room with the other traitors. Oh, hey, Aldrich. Hey, Robert, good to see you. Can you work Saturdays as well? Yeah, but not 4th of July.
And also, it has to be like a one-shot thing. It's not like you can just walk out there like nothing happened and be like, yeah, I really wanted to become a Soviet spy, but 12 days of unpaid leave and health insurance without dental care. I'll just go back to the NSA, ask my boss for a raise and tell him, well, otherwise, I've got other gigs lined up. So anyways, Pelton apparently was satisfied with the conditions of his Soviet spy contract and started working for them in January of 1980, together with Vasylenko. He exposed a couple of big Cold War shenanigans by the US to the KGB. Jack Platt was assigned to search for KGB officers hiding in the United States, when an old classmate of Vasylenko, who defected to the US, identified Vasylenko as working for the KGB. At that point, Vasylenko was pretending to work for the Soviet embassy in Washington. When Platt found out, he had an acquaintance arranged to lure Vasylenko to what is obviously the best place for recruiting foreign spies, a Harlem Globetrotters basketball game. Of course, his idea was to bump into Vasylenko and then somehow recruit him to become a spy for the US.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there.
However, almost immediately after meeting him, Platt found that Vasylenko was trying to charm him instead. Later he said, quote, halfway through the game, I realized I really like this guy. Over the coming weeks, the two had a back and forth, where they would try to charm and negotiate for the other guy to join their respective team. Through their slightly awkward Adam Sandler rom-com style courtship, they soon discovered they were soulmates. They were both risk-takers, they had a passionate love for spying, and they both hated the faceless bureaucrats behind the scenes. A match made in heaven. Before long, they started to meet and just hang out in cafes around Washington for drinks. After a couple of weeks, they even went hunting and shooting together in the woods. Later on, Platt even helped Vasylenko to buy a new car.
5,000, you say? I really like Corvette. I would like to purchase.
Wait, Vazy. Watch this.
We saw the Corvette down at Henry's for 4,800. We take it for 4,700, or we go over there with our business.
Fine.
No, thank you, friend.
And later on, he even invited Vasylenko over for dinner with his wife and children.
It's just a workmate. He's a spy for the Soviet Union, but look, honey, it's fine.
At some point, they finally agreed to give up trying to recruit each other and just be friends. And everything was good. Until it wasn't. Vasylenko's superiors at the KGB grew suspicious about the frequent meetings between him and Platt and told him to break off all contact immediately. He didn't comply, however, and in 1981, they transferred him back to Moscow. When they met up to say goodbye, Platt said, quote, "I told him that when he came back out for a new overseas posting, I would find him."
Senor Vasylenko, welcome to your new office.
Vasylenko said about his time in Guyana that he was bored to death. There was nothing to do really in his new position, as there wasn't much spying going on in Guyana at all. Until one fateful day in August 1984.
Who's there?
CIA.
CIA who?
CIA.
Good friend? Platt. Vasylenko.
And so the good friends were reunited. Platt got the approval from the CIA management to see Vasylenko in Guyana, still under the pretense that he wanted to recruit him. However, Vasylenko, after asking the KGB, was strictly forbidden from seeing Platt, neither in the US nor in Guyana. And although they weren't living in the same country anymore, and Vasylenko wasn't allowed to see Platt, the two somehow managed to meet up every couple of months in Guyana. In what was one of the most wholesome Romeo and Juliet stories of the Cold War, the boring monotony of living as a KGB spy in Guyana was every now and so often interrupted by a week of hunting, dinners, and adventures with another spy and friend from the US. In February of 1988, Platt even went for a surprise birthday visit to Vasylenko in Guyana. However, when he arrived, Vasylenko was nowhere to be found. There was dead silence. Kind of silence that we heard when our agents all were arrested in 1985. I was sick to my stomach. 1 month earlier, Vasylenko had been called to Cuba for a routine visit with another KGB agent. However, when he came to the house he was supposed to stay at, he was ambushed and knocked to the floor.
Comrade, you are under arrest for espionage. What? Do you know a certain Mr. Platt?
Vasylenko was shipped to KGB's Lubyanka prison, where his interrogators told him that they'd found a tape recording of a conversation between Platt and him, which Platt had carelessly left behind in a hotel room.
We know you are a spy. Confess.
Platt had promised never to record any of their meetings, but if they had the tape and he didn't confess right then and there, they would probably kill him. In his despair, he made a decision right then and there to place his faith in his old friend. The KGB held him in prison for 6 months, interrogating him, trying for informants to befriend him, but Vasylenko never broke until the KGB finally believed him and he was released from Lubyanka. However, they were still pissed off about the whole Platt situation, and so they demoted him, denied him his pension, and forbid him to travel outside the Soviet Union. Vasylenko was a poor and broken man trying to pick up the pieces of his life somewhere in Moscow. Unaware of all of this, Platt was overcome by guilt. He thought that his actions somehow killed his best friend. And for several years, he tried to find the whereabouts of Vasylenko, but to no avail. Until one day, he got tipped off by a colleague who said that he found Vasylenko's number.
Кто там? CIA.
CIA who? CIA old friend? Platt said that he felt like crying in that moment, and after the Iron Curtain fell, they reunited. They both had their own security firms, which started to work together until both of them retired. And their families, including their children, have grown very close. And they went hunting again. If you like this video and you want to see more like it in the future, subscribe to my channel. Thank you to all you patrons, and a special thanks to all of the new ones: Yuverchin, Cubes and Pie, Tide, Toby, and Fine Monkey. Thank you all so much. If you want your name to be next in the credits of all of this channel's videos forever, do what they did and become one of my first 100 patrons. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Have a lovely day. So what do you do? Do you bring a letter of recommendation? Where would you get that from? Do you do like unsolicited applications? Is there a recommend a friend bonus program? When they ask you about your strengths and weaknesses, is keeping secrets a strength? Is it a weakness? Do you bring flowers?